welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. Ooh, the juke. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And prior to last season, his team asked him to put everyone on his back and carry them to success, and he did exactly that. Now, at this point in his career, all he cares about is postseason success and finding a way to get his team to a Super Bowl.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 5. Palmer going in motion right. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. So that flag will set him back 5 yards.
Still second down.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Allen completes it to Coleman. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
Allen now on the sneak. And he is going to have the Bills' first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. First down, here's the run with Cook. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other, they're controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Here's Allen. And complete right side to Cook. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
At the 34-yard line.
We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. He's into space past the 25. And finally down at the 9-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
That's another Buffalo Bills. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. To throw, it's Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in the second quarter. Well, that drive took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. That time a 9-play drive. And it was James Cook finishing things off with a touchdown catch. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And his task in this situation is making sure this team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
Tua sets up to pass it. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This one thrown underneath to Achane. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And again, it's Tagovailoa. Forced out to his left. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a 1st down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. On 1st down, back to Achane. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
2nd and 7. Play action, now it's Tua. Out route to Hill, complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. One more time with Achane. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Patterson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. The third quarter begins with a run by Achane. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Brought down by Ed Oliver.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
2nd and 9. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Short throw, going to be caught by Waller. Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team, but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days,
and they take him down. The Bills get to him. T.J. Sanders coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken at about the 14. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. To the air, Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll try the middle with Cook. Ooh, what a move. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's Allen to throw it. Open man is Palmer. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Throwing now is Allen. And that will not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the fourth quarter. Bit of a pressure spot here for Tyler Bass. This will get the lead up to 7. The kick by Bass is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Tua. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On play action, here's Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Waddle's first catch, good for a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Hill going to go in motion right. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. He's got room to roam. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 48 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Buffalo set to get the football back here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
The Bills, first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Across midfield inside the 45.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. To throw is Allen. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Coleman.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Throwing, Allen. That is caught by Shakir. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here's 1st down. Here's Allen. Completes to Shakir once again. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Good for the Bills. 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here we go. 1st and goal. Allen. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
without overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So Tua and the Dolphins trailing 17-10. A little over 50 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Tua. And the drive starts with a run from Achane. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Here comes 2nd down. Tua gets this to Ward. And he will get a good amount of yardage back on 2nd down, but the clock still runs. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Well, this crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches. Now Tua. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Buffalo.